branch supervisor at the Thamesford Library. Thank you so much for joining me for story time today. I'm actually at home and I'm joined by my lovely dog Cleo here. So we thought we would read you a little story about a puppy. How does that sound, Cleo? Okay, so the book we're gonna read today is called Elfie No, and it was written by Frida Wyszynski and illustrated by Emma Peterson. It was published by North Winds Press in 2019. So Cleo, what do you think? Do you think we should get started? Okay, let's read Elfie No. My friend Elfie always gets dirty. He jumps in puddles. He dives in leaves. He rolls in the sand. Oh, look at those two. That looks like a lot of fun, actually. Elfie, no, says his mom. Elfie tries to stay clean. He didn't mean to knock over that oatmeal this morning. He didn't mean to knock over the milk. And he didn't mean to get blueberry jam all over his face. Elfie, no! Elfie just likes to explore. He was sure there was treasure in the barn. He only wanted to see where the rabbit lived, and he was sure he could dig up a dinosaur. Cleo, have you ever dug up a dinosaur before? Dig, 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 dig. Elfie likes to play. He thought the chickens liked tag too. He only wanted to say hi to the pigs. He didn't want to fall in the mud. Uh-oh. Oh, Elfie. What do you think, Cleo? Look at those two. What a team. Elfie, time for a bath. No, no, no. Yes, yes, yes. But Elfie didn't want to listen. Oh my goodness, look at all those muddy footprints. Come on, Elfie, jump into the bath with me. Look at that fun tub full of bubbles and all those toys. Oh my. Elfie blew giant bubbles and made giant splashes. Elfie got wet all over. Oh, Elfie. Ta-da! Elfie sparkles. Wait a minute. And Rufus, you sparkle too. Hey, Elfie was the little boy and Rufus is the dog. Did you know that, Cleo? There's Elfie and Rufus, all sparkly clean, ready to head to bed. Thank you so much for joining me and Cleo. Cleo, what did you think of that story? Did you enjoy Elfie? No? Well, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think she enjoyed the story? Well, I had a lot of fun with you today. Don't forget to check out our website at www.ocl.net, and you can head to the catalog and place a hold on Elfie No, or maybe another story that you can read with your pet. Bye!
Hi, I'm Kathy Hofstetter, and I'm the supervisor of the Plattsville branch. But I've also brought my little friend here. This is a little puppet, and his name is Charlie. And, oh, you want to say hello? Hello? Anyway, I used to have a dog named Charlie, and he was black just like this, except for a little bit of white on the front. But I don't have him anymore, so I'm just going to read to this little puppet here today. So I'm going to set him on my lap, and hopefully he doesn't get too anxious, because there are sheep in this story, and he might just like that idea. So the book is called Sleep Sheep, and it's by Carrie Lynn Sparrow and Ghulam Perot, and the publisher is Kids Can Press. Let's get started. Duncan liked bedtime snacks and bedtime stories. He liked putting on his favorite pajamas. If there was bubblegum flavored toothpaste, Duncan even liked brushing his teeth. The only thing Duncan did not like about bedtime was going to sleep. He would do anything he could do to avoid it. I think that's like most kids. I have to go to the bathroom. I'm too hot. I'm too cold. I need a drink. I need a nightlight. There's lots of reasons, isn't there? Duncan was pretty sure he knew enough tricks to avoid going to sleep for the foreseeable future. See? You can see all of them. There's a nightlight problem. Looks like he's too hot, he's too cold. What he didn't know was that his mom had a few tricks up her sleeve, too. See, look at all those. There's warm pajamas, there's cooler pajamas, there's food, there's snacks, there's a nightlight, there's a blanket, there's stuffed animals of all kinds. One night, Duncan found that his room was not quite the way he had left it. After his favorite bedtime story, Duncan's mom gave him a hug and a kiss and said, "Sweet dreams, Duncan." But Duncan couldn't think of anything because everything he could possibly need was right there in his room. "But I'm not sleepy," Duncan wailed. "Try counting sheep," his mom suggested, and closed the door. Duncan took a deep breath and tried to think sheepy thoughts. "One," he whispered. "Oh, there's another one." To his surprise, a handsome sheep with a green number 1 on his side jumped right over his bed. Duncan rubbed his eyes. 2? Another sheep, this one wearing a purple number 2 with a matching scarf, jumped over his bed. Duncan looked around his room. Look at all those sheep. And saw that one side was crowded with sheep. They all wore numbers like race cars. Counting sheep was going to be more interesting than Duncan had thought. He fluffed up his pillow, pulled up his blanket, and continued. It was going very well, and Duncan was even starting to feel a little bit sleepy when he got to 68. 68, said Duncan. Sheep number 68 stepped into position and then hesitated. Duncan paused his counting and waited, and he waited, and he waited, and he waited. Finally he asked, "Is there a problem, number 68? Sheep number 68 cleared his throat. "It's just, well, do you think I could have a drink of water before I jump?" Duncan reached for the glass of water that his mom had left and passed it over to him. "Let me drink of water, number 68. When sheep number 68 had emptied the glass, Duncan said, "Ready?" Sheep number 68 nodded. 68, Duncan said, and then waited and waited. He waited and he waited some more. But sheep number 68 didn't jump. Do you think you know what's going to happen next? "Is there something else you need?" Duncan asked. "It's just, well, after all that water, I really have to, you know." Duncan sighed. "The bathroom is down the hall." When sheep number 68 returned, Duncan fixed him with a determined stare and said, 68? Again, nothing happened. What now? Duncan asked. Well, I'm just not sure I'm quite ready to jump yet. Maybe you could have a few of the other sheep jump first. Maybe I could jump after sheep number 72. Duncan stared at him. You want me to count 67, 69, 70, 71, 72, 68? Sheep number 68 looked sheepish. I can't count like that, Duncan said. It's just your turn to jump now. Sheep number 68 thought he would like a little bit of a run at the bed, so the other sheep cleared a path for him, but he put on the brakes at the last second. Maybe he could use a step stool instead. No, he didn't feel comfortable about that. Maybe he should stretch first. Or perhaps borrow sheep number 23's running shoes. What if he took his socks off? No, what if he put his socks back on? It went on and on like this, and still sheep number 68 would not jump. He just would not jump. After drinking his third glass of water, sheep number 68's eyes started to droop. Look, said Duncan, you're tired. He pointed to the other side of his bed. See how relaxed and comfortable those 67 sheep are? Why don't you just join them? Sheep number 68 yawned, heaved a big sigh, and finally made his way over to the other side of the bed. Sheep number 69, in his sleekest racing suit and extra springy sneakers, looked expectantly at Duncan. But Duncan was fast asleep. Who knew that bedtime could be so exhausting? And there, his mom looks in on him, and he is fast asleep. Now that we've talked about sheep and bed, how about we sing the song, There Were 10 in the Bed? Could you imagine having 10 in your bed? Maybe you've got 10 stuffed animals in your bed. Here we go. There were 10 in the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over, and one fell out. There were 9 in the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over, and one fell out. There were 8 in the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over, and one fell out. There were 7 in the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over, and one fell out. There were 6 in the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over, and one fell out. There were 5 in the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over, and one fell out. There were 4 in the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over, and one fell out. There were 3 in the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over, and one fell out. There were 2 in the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they both rolled over, and one fell out. There was 1 in the bed, and the little one said, good night. And he got to take up the whole bed. Anyway, I hope you had a wonderful story time, and maybe we'll see you again sometime. Bye-bye.
And welcome to today's story time. My name is Chelsea, and I work as a clerk for Oxford County Library's Tillsonburg branch. And today I'm joined by Cinder, who is our miniature Dachshund, or better well known as a wiener dog. And today I'm going to be reading her the story, The 3 Snow Bears by Jan Brett. And this book was published by G.P. Putnam's Sons, and it came out in 2007. Come back, Aluki shouted as her huskies floated out to sea. Oh no! She knew that although an ice floe is a good place to fish, it is a bad place to lose a dog team. Not far away, a snow bear family had just started to eat their breakfast, but it was way too hot for Baby Bear. Owie, yelled Baby Bear. My breakfast burned my mouth. We'll go for a stroll and let the soup cool, Mama Bear said. Aluki was running along, looking for her dogs when she came upon the biggest igloo she had ever seen. Who lives here, she wondered. Who do you think lives there? Aluki ducked inside. Right away, she smelled something delicious. Across the room, she saw a big bowl, a middle-sized bowl, and a small bowl. Surely the good smell was coming from the 3 bowls. Aluki took a sip from the biggest bowl. Ow, she cried out. Too hot. She took a sip from the middle-sized bowl. Ew, too cold. She tipped up the littlest bowl and drank every drop. She said, not too hot and not too cold. In the next room, Aluki spotted 3 pairs of beautiful boots standing in a row. She put on the biggest boot. Too big, she said. She put on the middle-sized boot. Too fancy, she said. She put on the littlest pair. Just right, she said, wiggling her toes in the soft fur lining. Aluki walked into the last room and found a long sleeping bench piled high with fur covers. Heat from an oil lamp warmed her cheeks and made her sleepy. Time for a nap, she thought. She crawled under the highest mound of covers. Too lumpy, she grumbled. She tried the middle bed with the furry fringe cover, but sank down so far that she could hardly breathe. Too soft, she said. She rolled over into the smallest sleeping place. The furry blanket was cozy and warm, and the pillow was just her size. Just right, Aluki murmured, and was asleep before she could take her boots off. If Aluki hadn't fallen fast asleep, she might have heard her dogs barking happily. Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and Baby Bear had spotted them adrift in the strong current and had gone out to save them. The Snow Bear family was pushing Aluki's dog team back toward their igloo and safety. Papa Bear crawled into the igloo and saw his big bowl sitting in a pool of spilled soup. Someone has been tasting my soup, he roared. Mama Bear rushed in and saw that her soup had been sloshed around too. Someone has been sipping my soup, she growled. Someone found my soup, sputtered Baby Bear in her high, squeaky voice, and they ate it all up. Papa Bear ran into the next room and saw his boots in the middle of the floor. Someone has been trying on my boots, he boomed in his big bear voice. Mama Bear put on her fancy boots. Someone has had these boots on, she huffed, and the fur is all bunched up. Baby Bear saw that her boots had disappeared. "Someone has taken my boots and left behind these not as good ones," she wailed. The bears ran into their bedroom. "Someone has been sleeping in my bed," Papa Bear bellowed. "Someone has been sleeping in my bed too," Mama Bear cried. Baby Bear peeked at her little bed and squeaked, "Someone has been sleeping in my bed, and here she is." Aluki opened her eyes and saw 3 bear noses only inches away. That would be a surprise to wake up to. She hopped out of bed and dove between Papa Bear's huge, furry legs. Quicker than a seal, Aluki ran from room to room until she burst outside. Her huskies bounced around, barking and smiling their doggy grins. Aluki and her dogs flew over the frozen ice, dodging ridges and cracks. She looked back to wave a thank you to the snow bears. She couldn't see them, but she heard a big gruff voice, a middle-sized voice, and a high squeaky voice calling to her. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. I hope everyone enjoyed that story today. If you're interested in checking this book out, you can find it at any of our libraries in Oxford County. And I hope you have a good day. Bye.
Hello everyone, it's Dianne and Itty Bitty Kitty, and we're going to do a story time today. We're going to start with some songs. My first song is actually entitled "You Are My Itty Bitty Kitty," because that's her name. Alright, here we go. You are my itty bitty kitty. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, kitty, how much I love you. Please don't ever go away. And she's gone. For our next song, we're going to do the song called Soft Kitty, and it's actually from The Big Bang Theory. It's a really easy song and only has 2 chords, the C chord and the G chord. The C chord, you will take your 3rd finger and you'll put it on the 1st string in the 3rd fret, and it sounds like this. And then the next chord is a G chord. You're going to take your 2nd finger and put it on the 1st string in the 2nd fret, and you're going to take your 1st finger and put it on the 3rd string of the 2nd fret on the 2nd fret, and you're going to take your 3rd finger and put it on the 2nd string in the 3rd fret. It should sound like this. Alright, so it just goes back and forth between those 2 chords, and we'll sing. Soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. Happy kitty, sleepy kitty, purr, purr, purr. Let's try that one more time. Soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. Happy kitty, sleepy kitty, purr, purr, purr. All right. Sometimes kitties can be very sleepy. Mine really likes to sleep, and she actually snores too. Oxford County has a lot of great books about cats. So if you're interested in looking on our online catalog, you can find books about how to look after your cat, storybooks about cats. And speaking about storybooks for cats, I found the perfect storybook to read to Itty Bitty Kitty. It is called Itty Bitty Kitty Corn by Shannon Hale and Lewin Pham. All right, Kitty, are you ready for the story? All right, here we go. It's got a lot of very cute kitty pictures inside. Itty Bitty Kitty Corn. Look at me, says Kitty. Kitty thinks that she might be a unicorn. A horn sits atop her fuzzy head, pointing up, up, up to the sky. She feels so perfectly unicorny. Look at me, says Kitty. You're not a unicorn. Putty Pie, says Parakeet. You're curled up like a cat. Fluffy Fry, says the gecko. Kitty stands tall. She prances her paws, clawed unicorn hooves. She gallops on her itsy weeny unicorn legs. Look at me, says Kitty. You're still not a unicorn, Fuzzy Heeny, says Parakeet. You have stubby tails, teeny tiny, says Gecko. Kitty closes her eyes. She concentrates and poof, her tail puffs up fat. Look at me, says Kitty. You're never going to be a unicorn, funny foo, says the parakeet. You mew in your sleep, Miffy mew, says Gecko. What do you think, Kitty? Nay, says Kitty. Nay, nay. She sticks her pink nose in their ears in case they didn't hear. Nay. Do you neigh, Kitty? I don't think you do. You're a cat, says Parakeet. That's that, says Gecko. Still, Kitty, Unicorn's heart beats harder. She lifts her front hoof and sweeps her magnificent tail. The sun is low and the shadows are long. At last she looks exactly how she feels. Ha ha! Look at me now, yells Kitty. Kitty, what do you think? Look. Wow, says Parakeet, astonished. Whoa, says Gecko, impressed. Finally, they see me, thinks Kitty. Until, clop, 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 Gecko points with his fat, tipped finger. Now that's a unicorn. Look how sad Kitty looks. Don't be sad, Kitty. The unicorn brandished his horn. He sweeps his magnificent tail, and he neighed a mighty neigh. Suddenly, Kitty feels no bigger than a ball of lint. Flop, flop, flop. Look how sad Kitty looks, Kitty. Pardon me, says the unicorn. Yes, squeaks Kitty. I do admire your fuzzy ears and your silver whiskers, says the unicorn. You do, says Kitty. And I wondered, unicorn looked right and left. Did you know? What, says Kitty. Did you know? Says the unicorn, whispering now. What? What? Yells Kitty. Did you know, says the unicorn, that I am a kitty-corn? Kitty gasped. Her tiny tail switches with joy. Yes. Yes, says Kitty. I see that now. You are a kitty-corn. You are a fuzzy, furry, adorable kitty-corn. Unicorn nods. I knew that another kitty-corn like you would see me. Almost done. Yes, says Kitty. I see you. Kitty and Unicorn are both kitty-corns. Kitty trots on her soft, teeny paws, and Unicorn pads on his huge golden hooves, and they both like to toss their manes and brandish their horns. They both like to scamper after bumblebees and stretch out into a patch of grass. And when the sun is low, their shadows merge until you can no longer tell one from the other. Ah, it's a big heart. The end. I hope you enjoyed our itty bitty kitty corn book today, and I hope that you can get into Oxford County's catalog and find some more very fun books about your pet that maybe you have time that you could read to your pet. They do love a good story. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.